How to attune yourself to Reiki. You might be asking yourself that. Welcome to the channel. My name is Excel. I'm a master quantum Reiki healer. I teach people all over the globe. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Antojai community, where we go over your psychic abilities, ascension, energy work, and so much more. So attuning yourself to Reiki, there's two options you can do, okay? Like if you want to take a class like my quantum Reiki class and be attuned to a bunch of different Reikis at one time, that's one of the fastest ways to do it, right? Or you can basically try to do the most traditional method, which the original creator or channeler of Reiki basically did himself. He isolated himself for 21 days. He abandoned meat, he abandoned liquor, he stopped smoking, he abandoned social media because he didn't have social media at that time, and he fasted. You have to allow yourself to meditate across this 21-day period and have purified water to open up your consciousness. So there's two really easy ways, and I would even say there's a third way too. Like you can take a ton of different classes to attune yourself to more and more vibrations, which will take you forever. But the first two phases are the best, because when you take the quantum Reiki course, I first attune you to the most powerful form of Reiki on our planet today, and then it'll teach you a very specific technique that you can basically grab and attune yourself very instantly to any other Reiki on the planet, because quantum Reiki is the most powerful vibration that we have available today. It incorporates all the other formations of Reiki. If you're taking the more traditional route because you're more hardcore, right? And you're like, no, I really want to do this, like a self-determination willpower, which can be absolutely more powerful. You have to be willing to accept whatever comes through, okay? You might have a little bit of psychosis. You might have a little bit of vomiting, or feeling like, you know, you're not really connected to this reality. You might end up noticing that you have a purge of all these different things that you've been holding on to in your life because of the fact that, you know, you're going on a very intense journey, okay? Your water is extremely important, because if you're drinking any form of toxic water, whether it's like bottled water or anything like that, that's going to throw down your vibration. You have to meditate if you're going to do the traditional vibration 21 days alone in nature, because if you're being constantly bombarded by the stimulation of other people around you, which is empathic energy, it's telepathic energy, you're picking up on that energy without realizing that you are. So if you're trying to attune yourself in a major city, you're not always going to have the clarity to just connect to the cosmos. If you're drinking negative water, that's going to bring down your vibration. If you're eating a lot of meat, or you're eating anything at all, fasting has been shown to basically increase your vitality, your youth, and the operation of your immunity. So it's a lot harder to do the traditional way, but it's a lot more satisfying as well, because it's a self-determination. You have to be dedicated to perform this 21 days in a row. If you're not willing to do that, or if you go 19 days in a row, it's not the full shamanic process of allowing yourself to really attune yourself to these energies for what they are. Meditation is key, because where you're going to be downloading this information from is from the cosmos, right? So if you're not meditating, or you're not having some sort of ritualistic practice that allows you to interact your energy with the Milky Way or universal consciousness in general, you're not going to have the experience. Like the Reiki is not just going to summon itself outside of your body. And this is why a lot of people end up working with a coach or a teacher in general, because those people already know the frequencies and the process that you need to get yourself attuned. It's not impossible for you to attune yourself, it's just a lot harder to attune yourself, okay? And it's for a very specific kind of person. Like well-trained shamans can do this, like people who are very dedicated to their own spiritual ascension can do this. And I highly recommend that if this is your path, that you take as much time as possible to learn about fasting, to learn about weaning yourself off of like sugars and alcohol and specific kind of meats, so you can be fully prepared for going into your attunement. There's a lot of other techniques that you can incorporate with the traditional sense of the 21-day cycle where you're alone, which is causing yourself insomnia, which you need to also understand that after a certain time, about like 3 to 4 days, of not sleeping, you'll start hallucinating. So you have to be aware of what all that brings in if you're going to be taking the traditional route. But it is definitely possible. I have done it myself with attuning myself to Antojai and to quantum Reiki, and now I tune other people to it as well. You can do it as well, but you have to allow yourself to be absolutely dedicated to it. If you're not ready to do that, or you don't have the resources to do so, then taking a class is the only safest way. The most safest way usually is doing it through a teacher. And if you're looking to basically attune yourself to quantum Reiki, check out the links in the description below. Join our academy and you'll be able to do that in lightning speed. But if this was super helpful for you, I am so happy to hear that. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share, and I will catch you in our next video.